Do your metal face, bro. Okay, everybody, this is Andrew from the SuperHouseLive and SuperHousePodcast, as always, and I'm joined by Jared, our senior retro gaming correspondent.
What up, y'all?
And we both today have our, if you're looking at the live stream, I have a Altered Beast shirt, and he's got the hat.
Team Altered Beast.
So we're fucking representing that shit. So today we have, actually, Jared is going to be introducing us to his top WonderSwan games. Jared, real quick, can you run the listener by just what the hell a WonderSwan is?
A WonderSwan is a pretty obscure handheld gaming system that was made by Bandai, released in Japan only, and it's got a pretty small library, and had like a really weird control scheme with like 12 face buttons that, you know, like I think they all kind of like doubled in like functionality, and like you could twist it vertical or hold it diagonal depending on like what game you were playing. So it's a very interesting concept, charming little system with a pretty short life.
Sweet. Yeah, and it had a lot of Squaresoft support. There was a lot of Final Fantasy games for it and shit like that. Never released in America, and I think it was like kind of cheap on day one as well. That was kind of the...
Yeah, it's like a relatively cheap system. If you get like a color or like a regular WonderSwan, I think you could probably get one for under 50. Crystal,
wow. Yeah.
The crystal, I would imagine, would probably run you a little bit more. But
okay.
The games are what is wild expensive, like a lot of retro games.
Right. All right, man. Let's get into it. So, what are your first picks?
The first game I'm gonna show you guys is called Tante wo Manutori, and it's by a company called D's Garage 21, which I assume is like some kind of doujin circle, meaning like a bunch of dudes like in their basement, you know, just like making games for fun.
Right.
And then it was probably, you know, like so cool that like WonderSwan was like, oh shit, we'll publish this.
Right.
So it's kind of like a weird puzzle game, and it's very kind of, I guess, nature oriented and feels pretty like Buddhist, like pretty Zen, and it's controlled with just a directional pad, and your job is to guide these water droplets from the sky down onto a little sprout at the bottom, because you are trying to facilitate this plant growing. And
all right. I feel like I think I've seen this before, actually.
It is pretty difficult. That's like an understatement.
Right.
Pretty difficult. But it's difficult just to kind of like get a handle on like what the fuck you're actually doing.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see, you kind of want all the drops. They like follow laterally, like on like the slats. You want all the drops to be focused to like the same area. And this is just like the first level, so this is actually like when things are like surprisingly easy.
Yeah.
The other levels, there's like these animals that come, like pestilence. They come to like fuck your flower up. They'll like drink the water. They'll eat the flower, and the only way you can get them out of there is by taking one of those flashing drops, which are like a bitch, in my opinion, to build up to like wash them out of there.
Can you paint the podcast listeners a word picture of the game?
Oh, what? Are they not able to see the...
They'll be able to see it, but people that are maybe listening to this, we're trying to add this back into the podcast. So, like, this is one outlet, which is our YouTube outlet, but I'm also going to put an audio-only podcast on as well, just to get as many listeners as possible, you know, as many like Superhouse listeners or watchers or whatever as possible. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, there's a bunch of slats, and they're in 3 columns, and you're moving them up and down to kind of change the flow of the water. And you've got animals the whole time that are trying to, like, ruin things for you. Oh, God damn it. Like this snail motherfucker right here who just ate the water. And you want to guide the drops down onto this, like, seedling in, like, the corner.
Yeah.
But it's, like, it's, like, difficult to control, and it's like I think that that's like kind of, you know, by design, and you know, like one could probably even say that it's like maybe referencing like, oh, how difficult the miracle of nature and the miracle of life are, you know, and just like the fact that there's like any plants anywhere is like a wonder in itself. And
So
you
wait,
know,
you
it's
got
like,
this kind of like deep kind of
oh,
thing from the game?
it's definitely Buddhist. It's super Buddhist. Like it feels like a super Zen type of game. Like when you like even like when you beat a level, you're just like, holy shit, like how did I pull that out? And you get this weird sense of accomplishment, but it's like all you're doing is like, you know, making this plant grow. But it's like it makes you appreciate just like I guess the kind of like the unlikelihood that any of us are here, you know, kind of like nature being like a beautiful accident. And I'm sure, you know, like if I was more Buddhist, I could throw some other adages at you. But I would say that this is like a, you know, this is like a game. This is a game for all the Carl Sagan heads out there.
Really? You think, okay, there's a little bit of nature worship, maybe some Shinto, maybe some Buddhism in there?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I mean, because it's just like it's just such a peaceful game. I mean, it's very frustrating, but it's like, you know, super peaceful because at the end of it, like you're like growing flowers and stuff, and it's like focused on, you know, these like tiny water droplets and how like, you know, everything adds up into like a bigger thing, and like, you know, that's what makes me think that it's like a super Buddhist game, because it's like it almost feels like it was intended to be like read this way.
Was this game, I mean, was it fun? I mean, not to diminish what you're saying, but like from the looks of it, it looks interesting, but it doesn't look like it's like a total fucking blast at the same time to be.
No, it's definitely one of those games that's like, okay, I see what you did there. Like, you know, kind of like, oh, like, all right, but then like it still kind of slightly has the whole like kill it with fire dynamic where you're just trying to like you do want the things to die in order for the plant to live. You know, like it kind of makes you like hate animals and love plants, I guess.
And you're playing this right now, by the way.
Yeah, this is live. I am playing this right now.
The stream you're seeing, guys, if you're listening to the podcast, go to YouTube and find this video.
Holy shit.
I do like the visuals. I like the WonderSwan in general seem to have like pretty good visuals.
Yeah. I mean, I would say if you're into games like if you're into almost like not something that you would like want to play, like if you want something that's gonna kind of change your concept of like what a game could be, or like what a puzzle game could be.
What's next, man?
Next, we are going to look at a game that is kind of like did you play? I'm sure like you played Sonic 3.
Yeah, for sure.
You know how Sonic 3 had that like weird like multiplayer like racing mode?
Oh yeah, vaguely yes. It's been a long time, man. You could
go head to head with a friend, and you're kind of doing this like side-scrolling like race with each other. This is like if you took that and just made a whole game with that concept.
Mate, sorry again, but what was the name of the last game?
Oh, the last game is called Tante wo Manutori.
Tante wo Manutori. Oh yeah, that's
or it might be Tane wo Manutori.
Tane. Yeah, like spread the seed or whatever.
Yeah. And that's by a doujin circle called D's Garage 21. D''S, not D-E-E-Z like D's nuts, but D, as in the garage belongs to D. The next one that I'm going to tell you guys about, this platform racing game, is called Buffer's Evolution, and this is a game by Bandai. And it's kind of a strange game because it's like the only way I could describe it is like a racing platformer where you're just looking to beat your previous time. So if you're really into time trials and like racing your ghost and like Mario Kart and shit like that, like this is the game for you. So you can kind of pick like there's like 9 courses. I haven't beaten all 9 yet, but in each level there's like a different item to be unlocked, and you kind of want to memorize the level because you're trying to get the best time. And so then you can select from 3 different kind of like anthropomorphized cyborg dudes, and then you can pick 2 items, and the items that you pick, like kind of change the way that you can interact with the environment, all kind of culminating towards like making it easier for you so you can get a better time. So I'm gonna pick, and like this, like all the shit has to be unlocked by playing through like the level and getting like all the, like there's 10 pieces for each item. You got to get every piece to unlock the item. So I'm gonna take like the flying one and the motorcycle one.
Okay.
And let me show you what I'm talking about when I say it's a racing platformer. So you see I am being timed in the top right corner, and so I'm running, but if I press the item button, oh shit, like it switches me to like this motorcycle guy.
This is pretty cool.
And then, if I want to switch again, I can switch to like the plane. And so you have like an item switch button that you tap twice to switch between, both items. So it's like,
this is a good idea. I could see this in like a reboot of this in the in like a online store. I
mean, it's kind of weird doing like how do you do the fucking you got to do this like weird dash a lot of the time to like get through like the levels.
This is cool though, for sure.
Okay, the dash is like, quarter circle forward jump, which is kind of
like fighting game moves.
Yeah, but it's like, why though? Like, I don't understand that design choice. I guess just to make it harder.
Just to reiterate for the podcast listener, if you're not seeing the visuals now, he's like this robotic animal-looking thing, almost like a cartoonish predator.
I think he's supposed to be like a lion. So think like if Mega Man was a lion or something.
Yeah, and then with like predator dreads or something like that, and he's running like it's a running race through like a platforming level, like Sonic kind of, not as fast as Sonic maybe, but then it transforms into this like unicycle thing. Uniracers, that's another fucking hidden gem on Super Nintendo. And then can transform into a plane, which I think is cool. I feel like game designers, especially back in the day, were pretty afraid to incorporate flight. I felt like only a certain amount of games had you flying.
Yeah, like Sonic was definitely one of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's like this. I feel like that's the thing I kind of like about the WonderSwan is that because it was like a Japan-only system and kind of an obscure one at that, I feel like the developers were able to experiment a lot more and kind of do shit that like would kind of be weird in like an American market. Like the very concept of this game is just like, what? Like it doesn't really make like the most sense. Like when you try to explain it to someone, it's like they would have to like almost play it themselves to really like get it.
Right.
So this course, I'm going to pick Rhino, and I'll take this boat and this mermaid. And so the boat allows me to, ease of travel on top of the water. The mermaid suit allows me ease of travel underwater.
So now you're this Rhino character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this boat. Okay, I like that. This is cool. Can you choose ones that are just really like do not fit the stage at all and you get fucked up?
Yeah. So like I think that's like the cool thing about the game is that, well, it's not letting me. Okay, there we go. The cool thing about the game is that you kind of really have to like study the stages to be able to like even plan, for like how to like play. Like this is the first time I'm playing this stage, and I am regretting my choices already.
I feel like if I had this as a kid, I would have loved this, dude. This looks it's so cool.
It's pretty incredible. Like, even though I'm having like difficulties right now with that mermaid shit.
So now Jared has gotten this Rhino kind of character, and he can turn into a boat, like an underwater sea-doo looking thing, and also a submarine.
The submarine does not control that well, though. Okay, here, see, you see how like I got number 1 and that's number 2? You have to get all 10 in order to unlock this stage's item. So pretty much like your first playthrough of this stage, you're almost not even really trying to get a good time because unless you're some kind of like speed running phenom, like I don't know if you're going to be able to get like every single item, like right off the bat, like without some like, like working back through the level.
Yeah.
But and then there's these like things called dashes, and if you get all 3 dashes, it unlocks something, but I don't really understand what those are for yet.
It's cool to see you live play this. Like before, we were just showing videos on YouTube of gameplay, but this is what you see now on our streams is that he's actually playing it, which is evolution for us.
God, this mermaid shit is so slow. Why is it so slow? It's killing me.
That was cool.
The purpose.
I could see there being like a Transformers game of this as well.
Defeats the porpoise, LOL. Did you see that aquatic pun that I made there? Please just stab me in the face. Yeah, so that, I mean, like, you guys get it. You get it. I'll show you the next game. But, definitely, like, check it out and like fuck around with it. Like, I feel like if I was playing this like with my brothers as a kid, kind of the goal would be to just see who can get the best time. So it's similar to like an arcade game in that sense, like who can get the highest score, on Pac-Man or something.
See Mabel.
She's back there.
She's back there. Hi, Mabel.
Andrew says hi.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Also says hi. The next game I'm going to show you is a really weird bathroom humor puzzle game called Ingacho.
Oh, I feel like I've heard of this.
And it's a really weird one. It's a really weird one. It's also out on PlayStation, but it seems like a game, that could have come out on like Super Nintendo even. And it's like a bathroom humor kind of, get to the goal without getting caught type of puzzle game. So it's like there's elements of Pac-Man, but also elements of maybe Cubert almost. Like, it's strange. Like, you see how there's like, the booger guy, there's the armpit guy, the licky guy, and there's just a flying butt that like farts on you. And so
yeah.
It's I don't know like what Ingacho means, but
I would have to see
like gross out or something.
No, I would have to see the kanji for this one. This is not immediately recognizable to me.
The first level, so pretty much like each of these gross out guys moves differently. So it's like you've got a limited amount of steps per level. So if I move up, he moves up. If I move down, he moves down. So I have to outwit him by moving around this board. You press like one button to take a step forward and use the D-pad to orient yourself. So it's like I need to get over here. I need to get him down here.
Why didn't he go in that thing?
Because he's that old. That's like where I'm trying.
He can't. Okay. I thought that would kill him.
No. So like I want to get him over here.
So again, for the pod listeners,
down here.
He's like got this like cute bald looking like anime Charlie Brown looking character, and it's like on this like puzzle game type of board, sort of kinda. And this other monster, like cutesy anime monster character, has his like tongue out, and every time he moves, the other character moves as well, mirroring him, and that's where the puzzle shit comes in. Oh, you overstepped.
I did overstep, but like I figured it out though. Like I figured out like what I have to do. So I need to go up, up. I need to go up. First thing I need to do is get him down, and then I need to get him over and kind of try to trap him. So I'm going to trap him down there and then trap him over there.
This is fun.
Yeah, and then if he catches me, you'd get like a really gross cutscene of him licking me. The armpit guy puts his armpit in your face, the booger guy snots on you, and the butt like farts on you, I think.
There is nothing as far as the gameplay mechanics that really warrant any like gross out style over another style. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just purely, like
it's dressing on a very simple game mechanic that works especially for handheld.
Yeah, see, look, like now I have it where if I step on this, he's gonna get me, and he's probably gonna fart in my face. Oh no! Oh
Whoa, that animation is good for that.
yeah, dude,
I
that's
actually
not
did
a
not
fart.
know.
He straight up covered me in shit.
Holy shit.
Which is, if you're into butt stuff, maybe this is the game for you.
I did not know that the animation could be that good on WonderSwan.
Oh yeah, dude, WonderSwan was like a powerful little. You know what killed the WonderSwan was the Game Boy Advance.
Oh, really? The true extension of Super Nintendo?
Yeah, it definitely it killed the WonderSwan for sure.
The
Damn it,
Game Boy Advance, I never had one, but I played it on emulator a lot, and gotta
dude.
say, that system was incredible.
Oh my God! Like when I was a kid, like I remember getting Tony Hawk 2.
My brother had that exact game on Game Boy
Dude, and it
Advance.
blew my fucking mind the fact that they could do 3D. God, I'm gonna get shit on again. I don't want to get shit on again. That they could do 3D like on that system, like fucking blew my entire mind.
Oh
Come on,
man,
you shitty motherfucker.
I'm gonna add your camp. I'm gonna choose me real quick, and then
I'm not going to beat this one.
ah,
I'm not gonna beat this one. Shit, but I mean I've beaten it before. I just got to remember like how I got rid of shit boy.
shit boy.
You little shit.
What in the hell? All right, so he's fighting this flying butt-looking, peach-looking thing, and how many hours did you put into this research?
A good amount. I would say. Definitely a good. Well, not into this game specifically,
But
or this whole.
but for the whole list, like 5 hours or more.
Oh no, a couple days, I would say.
Oh wow! So total like 7 hours maybe, or no?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like I don't want to like show a game that like I wouldn't like recommend to a homie. Or just shit on me. Just give me a face full of shit.
This is fucking nuts. That would definitely cut that out for the fucking American version.
Oh
man.
yeah, Americans are too fucking prudish to deal with some shit like this. But like the one on PlayStation is color.
Oh, there's a PlayStation version.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy crapola.
Oh, definitely. This is definitely some crapola, especially this level. Bunch of crapola is what a 90s Midwestern mom would say about this game.
Holy crapola.
Just fucking like let the fucker go down. Shit. All right, great. Okay. See, if they didn't fucking shut him off right there.
So you're still battling the butt.
This butt level, I beat it so quick before.
Battle of the butt.
Like, show you guys like another level. You know what? Fuck the butt level. I'll go to fuck the butt.
Fuck the butt level, bro.
Someone can edit that audio to make it whatever they want. I'll show you a crazier level. Level number 9. Now, now there's going to be multiple dudes. We got the booger dude. Oh, I guess it's just the booger dude. You see how his snot is all dripping out and shit like that?
Hold on. Let me go to the screen here. Okay.
Like when he walks, his snot gets all drippy. Which is kind of funny.
I immediately think of Booger Man.
God, why can't Booger Man just let me live my fucking life?
Can't really hear the audio from the game in the stream. Maybe they hear it. I mean, on my end.
I muted it. Remember?
Oh yeah.
I muted it so like, it wouldn't be like blowing me away.
Oh yeah, that's right. Can Jared get to that level?
Oh my gosh. You guys fucking get it. This shit's like frustrating. You get it. If you feel like getting pooped or potentially boogered on, check it out. I'm going to show you guys the next game.
Gross out games are welcome.
And this one was developed by a company called Nihon Application Company, which is a very descriptive name.
Application.
Nihon Application Company, the developers of Engacho. If you want your poop in color, play it on PlayStation.
I'd be interested to see that, actually.
The next one that I'm going to show you is... it's called Ganso Jajamaru-kun. I don't know, like, if you're familiar with the Jajamaru games, but they're kind of similar to, Rainbow Islands and Bubble Bobble and Donkey Kong and Snow Brothers, kind of like arcade platformers.
All right.
But this one is, like, especially interesting because it just has, like, a bunch of really fun elements, and it's also, like, ninja themed, so you're like fighting like yokai and stuff, and it's got elements of Mario, and it's just like a really cool game. It's got like boss fights, and then there's like a screen chase level that you do, and there's a bunch of like power ups, and then like there's like one power up that's like secret, and like if you do it the right way, you end up getting. See how it's got those umbrella yokai right there.
Yeah, I forgot the name of that, but that's one of the most famous yokai.
Yeah, I love that yokai. But it's like you can get like a toad because it's ninja themed, so you can get like a giant toad to kind of like help you destroy like all the enemies on the level. And then there's a storyline going on the whole time you're trying to save your girlfriend, I'd imagine.
It's okay, so it's like this cutesy ninja look. It looks like basically like an 8-bit platformer kind of game, and there's like. Looks like these ghost girls. What's going on?
Yeah, I think those are Yurei. And then it's like after you kill them, like you want to collect like the Hitodama, which is like their soul. You want to collect it for bonus points.
Ah, that's cool.
And then it's got this like Mario dynamic where you can break the platforms from under, and that's like where the
sword.
That's like where the power up will be hidden, but also the enemy can fall through the platform after you break it, so you definitely want to be like aware of that. But you can also kind of use that strategy to trap them.
Okay, yeah, this is cool. So if you do that when they're right under it, it will be bad for you.
Yeah, fucking motherfucker. Yeah. If you do that when they're right under it, it could be bad for you unless you've got, really good reflexes, then it could be good for you. So it's like if I'm going to break this little tiny one, it's like, oh, she fucking... I didn't know they had lightning powers. Goddamn. I was not expecting that shit. You take a shuriken in the face.
Oh, man. I'm going to add your reaction again. It looks like you're looking at the on the stream. It looks like you're looking at the gameplay, which works.
Yeah, I mean, like this one is like it's like surprisingly like fun for such a simple game. It's actually pretty deep, and that's I think what a lot of these WonderSwan games. That's what's you see like this one is like a Tengu, so there's going to be a bunch of Tengus on this level. They're like surprisingly simple, but also surprisingly deep, which I think is, like what makes brilliant game design is when you take a simple concept and, execute it like the right way.
I'm just going to say I love ninjas in all forms, be it Sekiro, like super gross, or this super cutesy ninja style as well. Like any version of ninja, I'm sort of down with.
Yeah, dude, ninjas are fucking sick.
Yeah. This
Tengu,
is awesome.
Eat a dick.
Tengus too. Like I don't know for sure because I've never really done any formal study, but I believe that there's some connection with Tengu mythology and ninja mythology.
Yeah, for sure. Like Tengu, in any ninja game, you're gonna have like a Tengu character, and then also, there's like Mr. Tengu from Dead or Alive, and a lot of the Dead or Alive characters are ninja themed, like Kasumi and Hayabusa and all that. But like I love about all these yokai and shit is like just playing like all the video games, and you can kind of see how much this mythology is like interwoven throughout like a lot of video game and anime culture.
Mm-hmm. You ever play Ninja Spirit for TurboGrafx?
Is that like Samurai Ghost?
That's a different one. That's also pretty good, but I gotta say Ninja Spirit on that system, dude, is definitely worth checking out. It's really good.
There's like this dynamic I don't really get, but there's like these falling leaves or something, and it's like if you take long enough on a level, one of them could fall, and you like want to go collect it. And I think when you get 4, something cool happens. But also similar to Snow Bros, if you take too long on a level and you haven't killed everyone, there will be like a an unkillable enemy that'll chase you down and murder you. So got this really sick Oni dude right here.
Oh man, this does look pretty fun. I mean,
Dude, like you could definitely kill an afternoon playing this game.
did you play?
Also,
Are there some that are color only? WonderSwan color only.
Yeah. This so I'm just doing all the the regular WonderSwan games first.
Oh, okay, yeah. Those squarish looking guys remind me of that red hairy monster from Bugs Bunny.
Oh shit! Oh fuck!
Gossamer, yeah.
Yeah, god damn it! I have a Gossamer plush at my
Dude,
parents' house. I was a big fan of him as a kid.
You're one of the few motherfuckers on the planet.
Who knows who Gossamer is?
Yeah, you know fucking Gossamer, yeah.
I mean, dude, I love cartoons. I love video games. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of like my shit.
It's sort of my shit.
Fuck!
Oh my god, he's dying at this game.
Take that, you son of a bitch! Like you see how it's kind of like frantic, kind of like DK. I almost got the leaf. It's like frantic, kind of like DK, like where you really gotta be on your shit with like your reflexes. I've definitely had a lot of close calls. I'm trying to like show you like the boss, because there's like the way they do bosses is kind of interesting, because it's like you have to do this like screen chasing level before the boss. Oh, that shit murders. The bombs just kill you. Oh damn! I didn't know they could jump up too.
What's your controller? What kind of controller setup you got?
I'm playing with a PS4 controller.
Okay, cool. On a Mac or PC?
Oh, dreadfully on a Mac.
You want to move back to PC?
I mean, I've got a PC. I just don't like. I haven't put a bunch of emulators on it because I want it to stay prime for 3D and editing stuff. But
right.
Yeah, Mac just does like. I'm twisting my Mac's arms to make any of this shit work. Like.
So you don't like Mac anymore. Your brother is a huge Mac guy.
I like the way the computer works when it works, but the fact that like when shit is fucked up, there's like nothing you can do to fix it except, you know, like suck Apple's dick and wait long enough for them to maybe release like a fix for it. That shit pisses me off. Like I don't like Apple's attitude as a company. You know, it's
being like closed off and stuff.
Well, just being like kind of like, oh, you motherfuckers will buy it, you know, like we don't care, like so you'll just like deal with the bullshit because like you've got no other option. Like I feel like that they kind of like use that philosophy like across the board, you know, and it's like kind of insulting because it's like
I've got Windows as well, but I've got Windows too, but like I like my Windows machine okay, but it's like I don't know, man. Like I still kind of prefer Mac. And every time I pick up my friend's Droid, I'm never like super impressed. I just want an iPhone. It's just just my personality.
I think I'm at the point where I just hate both of them, and I have both. So when one's pissing me off, I can use the other. But there's
emulators on Droid though. That's a fucking definite plus.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I just like. I don't know. It's like no one even uses Linux, so it's like, what choice do you have for like actual, you know, sound computing?
If Adobe had if a Linux was on Adobe, or if Adobe was on a Linux, then that would be game over for Mac.
Oh,
people would be jumping ship.
I got like the secret potion, and now I get the giant frog, and I can eat everyone, and it's fucking sick.
So now his ninja has gotten on a fucking humongous frog, and this is like a super power up, and he's fucking
murder everyone.
This is like getting the power pellet or whatever in fucking Pac-Man.
For sure,
this is what it's like. For some reason, you know what? There's a ninja legend called Jiraiya, and that has to do with a frog as well. Yeah. For some reason, there's a frog legend that has some connection with ninjas too, so that's why.
Yeah, it's in Naruto, and there's that dude in Samurai Showdown, the Kabuki guy, has a move where he eats you with a giant toad and then spits you out.
This is gonna sound weird, but should I get into Naruto?
I'm not the right person to ask because I kind of like dislike Naruto, but like I don't know, some people seem to like it.
It's pretty big. You ready to
Yeah,
move
I
on to
mean
the
it's like
next one?
yeah, I was trying to show you the boss, but it's not progressing me through the levels for some reason. Or maybe it's making me do this level over because I ate everyone with a frog. I'm not sure. But I mean, yeah, dude, check that game out if you want some, classic arcade action with a ninja twist.
It's pretty cool.
Um, Next one I'm going to show you guys is a game that I've had a lot of fucking trouble playing, even with goddamn save states. And
That's what's getting me through Earthbound, by the way. Just save stating the whole fucking way through.
Dude, I still can't fucking beat, even with save states, I can't beat this fucking game. It's Makai Mura for WonderSwan, otherwise known as Demon Village, otherwise known as Ghouls and Ghosts. And this was a WonderSwan exclusive version that is, as difficult, if not more difficult than like a lot of the other ones, but it, kind of amalgamated like a lot of the old sprites from like the old games. It plays super smooth. It's just fucking hard, and it's like it's got this punishing difficulty that is like I guess the series is known for. But like some of the game design in this shit seems fucking evil. It's like for example, there's to get to the final boss, you have to like beat the semi-final boss in a certain amount of time, and you can't beat them in that amount of time unless you've got a certain weapon. And so it's like you just have to keep fucking replaying it over and over again until you can like get that weapon, which is like, Ryu's Hadouken, I guess, because it's a Capcom game. That's like a shout to like Street Fighter. But it's like after, fucking replaying that level over and over again and still having no goddamn Hadouken to be able to beat that fucking boss, I was just like, fuck this. I'll watch the ending on YouTube. I feel like regardless of the time, if I get through the level, I should be able to beat the final boss. I don't think secrets are cute in this regard, in this particular case.
Resuming my podcast listener explanation guy voice, basically this is almost exactly like Ghouls and Goblins, Ghosts and Goblins.
It is Ghouls and Ghosts. It's just Ghouls and Ghosts for WonderSwan. There's like certain things that are like specific to it, but it's mostly Ghouls and Ghosts. It's like that exact game.
Throwing lances at coffins and shit. By the way, I feel like they would take off the cross that we're seeing here for an American release. Like all these crosses would go. Well, actually today it would probably be no one would give a shit probably. I feel like people care less about that stuff these days. But especially like when this was out, in the mid to late 90s?
Yeah.
People would still probably had a lot of sensitivity toward that kind of a thing.
God damn it. See, and the other thing about this game and all these games that like frustrates the fuck out of me, like this series in particular, like Ghosts and Goblins, is that like it seems like even like the jumping mechanic is just made to fucking kill you. If you don't time your jumps perfectly, it just throws you directly at the enemy.
A lot of old games seem to, like, a lot of their difficulty stems from just the controls being shit. Like, we both obviously really like Altered Beast, but the controls are fucking terrible.
Fucking terrible.
Fucking terrible in that fucking game, man. And like,
that's why it's like if you like fucking Altered Beast, play Majuo instead.
Or do you know what you call it? I lost my train of thought now. Oh, Magician Lord for Neo Geo.
Yeah.
So that game I really love as well, but the controls in that are stiff as fuck. It's really
bastard. Also, like a weird, toy collecting flex. I've got a Keshi of these little wraith guys that are chasing me around.
Toy collecting flex. I now have it to where on our screen, dude. It looks sort of like we're kind of both looking at you playing. The stream, your gameplay footage is in the middle.
Like the platforming, is super fucking difficult. If I was like good at this game, I could like show you all the bosses like in a row, but I obviously suck and I had to use save states to get far at all. Let me just show you my like most recent fucking save state. If this thing could fuck off for a second.
The WonderSwan has got that fucking. So for the WonderSwan, for the listener and the person watching the stream, if you're unfamiliar, you could turn it vertical as well, and some of the games really were like contingent upon that, and that was like totally new at the time. And then DS really ran with that, and then of course iPhone games, of course. But
so this is the last level, and I kill that red Aramer, and right here, this chest is supposed to have, Ryu's Hadouken in it. I saved a state here because I just fucking, this is the only way to beat the goddamn game, to get to the actual ending and the actual fucking last boss. And let me guess, who's going to be in here? A fucking useless goddamn wizard that wants to turn me into a baby.
Why does it not have what you need?
Because God hates me. I think that's why.
It's randomly generated and it just doesn't show up?
It's randomly generated, but it just randomly is always awful for me. I don't know. And it's because it's like these arrows that I've got are dope, but it's like a spread shot. It's like not super strong. It's just covers a lot of ground.
Right.
So it's like you need to like really lay onto this like final boss in order to. See, that was some bullshit right there. Oh wow, I'm surprised that they gave me any fucking armor instead of just killing me again. Thanks, dickhead.
Oh man,
this Frankenstein dude is easier than that goddamn red Aramer. Like, he just jumps and spits some shit at me. Okay, and then I'm fucking dead. The game's hard. You get it. It's fucking hard. But if you want to torture yourself on an obscure handheld, it's definitely fucking available. Start going into some fucking WonderSwan color games.
Nice.
That fucking goddamn Franken bastard. This next one that I'm going to talk about is for you people out there who are fans of, Dodonpaki or Ikaruga or any game, kind of made by like Aiding or Raising or Cave. It's like a bullet hell game. It's even similar to like Mars Matrix Hypershooting, if you've like played that one. But it's like pretty straightforward bullet hell. The cool thing about the WonderSwan is that you could turn it, vertical. And,
yeah.
This game, you get no bombs like in most vertical bullet hell shooters. Like, you get bombs, but in this one you don't get any bombs. But what you do get is access to two different shots, like a spread and a straight one, and then you also get a shield button that you can use to nullify enemy bullets.
What? That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I mean that's like a mechanic that's in like a lot of other games, but they have charge meters and bombs. This game, I guess, was just like that stuff's for people who aren't good at shooters. If you're like really fucking elite, you should be able to fucking dodge the shit, is what I imagine the fucking developers. That was a close one.
I gotta tell you, man, I grew up playing these games. I liked Galaga. I played all of them. 1942. I played fucking probably even Ikaruga back in the day.
Ikaruga's another one that's dumb hard.
But I did not know until I started researching retro gaming a few years ago that this whole like bullet hell thing is like got a huge scene. Like, people love the ever living fuck out of these games, dude.
There's people that will like buy a Saturn purely for the fact that it can do frame accurate and that it can do frame accurate versions of like bullet hell shooters. I don't like them that I like them enough to where I've got a bunch of them on MAME, but like I'm not like going to be like lining up for like like a rare Dojin bullet hell shooter.
It's not my genre either.
Unless there's something about it, that makes it, like fun to play. Because like I do like the Proteus games and that rhythm. I mean that game Tengoku game I showed you where you're in the arcade. Like, so if it's like, maybe I like cute 'em ups better just because they're novel. Oh yeah, see, like this is sick. Like the bosses actually have swords, which is kind of cool.
That's cool. Oh, I gotta say, this is maybe for another time, but I played
oh shit,
Winds of Thunder or Lords of Thunder on
on
Turbo CD.
The one that has like the really sick metal soundtrack.
Like full on, like they got a band and recorded some sick metal shit.
Like Dragon Force type shit.
Dude, it fucking rules. Like there's somebody.
I have the I don't have the game, but I have the soundtrack to the game.
I had the soundtrack saved as a fucking favorite place on YouTube because somebody just uploaded that shit, and that shit. God, I listened to that shit in my car. But you know what? As a shooter, it's really fucking good too, though. Like,
yeah, it really is.
It's awesome. It's one of my favorite ones, actually.
Another shooter that's like, oh shit, that's like pretty good is Magical Cotton,
Oh
which is like
yeah.
totally like a Cube, but it's got a similar dynamic where instead of like blocking bullets, you can actually hold, like you can block bullets, but you can also use your shield to like hold enemies and throw them at other enemies,
Oh shit.
which is like pretty sick. I mean, I feel like the ease of kind of creating these games has kind of allowed some really diverse ones like in the scene, and it's like because you've got like Twinkle Star Sprites and you've got like Kingdom Grand Prix and shit like that.
Right.
So it's like that's the one thing I will say about this genre is like as lack of variation as there is just by based on like the nature of the genre itself, there is a surprising amount of variation as to like what's offered on the market.
If you don't know, check it out on our stream. But yeah, it's like a fucking they call it bullet hell. It's like it's a. I mean, if you don't know games that well, then why are you listening to this podcast stream? But fucking it's called.
Oh my God,
it's
come
like
on,
it's
guys.
like Galaga on crack, basically.
Pretty much like the people who are really good at this games, I imagine like probably like train the levels so they can and that like adjust their response time accordingly.
I mean,
But
I felt like I
shit,
was losing
like,
my mind playing Sekiro, having to get
yeah,
fucking exact fucking timing and shit. Like it was rough,
it's
dude.
like Dark Souls or Ninja Gaiden hard, isn't it?
It's. I actually have never played Dark Souls or Bloodborne, but
Okay.
apparently it's about that hard though. That's what everybody says. I mean, it might be the same people.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I can wait. So is it like Ninja Dark Souls?
Basically, yes, and that's a good concept.
That's actually fucking sick because the only other ninja game to be like with a punishing difficulty that I'd really heard of was Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, and that's like more of like a fun like arcade thing. Like Sekiro is kind of like a metal kind of thing going on for it as well. It's kind of
Oh no, I'm talking about like the one that
dark.
came out on like Xbox 360, the one
Oh
that's
yeah.
more similar to Devil May Cry.
Actually, I've never played a Devil May Cry game either.
Ah! Rather than continue watching me get murdered by these little droid dudes,
Move on to the next one.
show you guys the next one. I mean, yeah, that one's pretty straightforward. It's actually done by a company called Cute with a Q. In case anyone's interested. The next one I'm going to show you is a kind of a strange puzzle game that is love themed if you like cute shit. Which I know you guys do. I know you guys just love cute shit. It's called Flash Koibito-kun. And I think you played this one, didn't you, Andrew?
I might have played it for a second. Whenever you said you were going to do this list a few weeks ago, I downloaded a bunch of shit myself. I did play Ingacho a little bit, and I played this one probably a little bit as well.
This game, it's like you are trying to get girls to fall in love with you with the help of a Cupid ninja whose job it is to deliver your love to your target, the target of your affections. And so it's like the way I could describe it is it's like a stream maintenance puzzler, if that makes any sense to you. Like there's like a stream of hearts going to the target, and there are breaks in the bridge where you have to literally maintain the stream and kind of like let the love keep going, because if you drop it then like it doesn't score. But then also you have a thing where you can hold the love up and like causing it to build up, and that's how you build up a bigger chain and like get like a flashing heart. And so what you want to do is you want to hold it. You see how they're chained up like that? That's a chain of 3. You want to hold it until you get like a flashing one, and then you want to let that chain go to the end.
I was playing this and not knowing what the fuck I was doing.
All right, that's a long chain with no flashing one, so I'm just gonna let these fuckers go.
You let them die?
Oh no, I'm gonna let them go on to their destination.
Okay.
There's a flashing one up there, and I'm gonna stop it.
Oh, nice.
And hold it. See, because you've got to do 3 flashing ones to beat the level, but it's just like, you're not going to get a good rating unless you've got like a lot of chains and like a high score.
The girl looks like kind of evil.
I think like your score meter is that thing on the bottom there. Yeah, I mean, there's like a pretty good amount of variation in like the different characters. And the other thing, you know, that's like pretty progressive for like a game like this is oh no, he's gonna die. Is like you can choose your gender from the beginning. So you can be a guy
nice.
trying to woo girls, or you can be a girl trying to woo guys. If this came out now, you know, you could probably be like whatever combination.
Right.
But it's like a pretty simple concept, you know, super, super simple.
He looks sort of like a ninja as well.
It works for some reason. No, he is a ninja. He's like a ninja Cupid.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
So I'm going to give her all the love, and she just gets all the love, and now she loves me. Oh, my God. Or maybe she, you know, likes me enough to, like, not call the cops on me or something. I don't know.
Turn on my
It's
light
like, yeah,
too,
I feel like if you're using ninjas to get someone to love you, that's a little aggressive. And I've got some questions, you know, about consent. You know, like why do you have to employ assassins, you know, in order to get your feelings across? But she seems into it. Oh wow, I got 3 whole hearts on that one. Next one is you know, a girl with a bob. I don't know what her name is or what she's saying because I'm a bad weeb and I can't read Japanese.
So let's have a fun time.
Is that what she's saying?
She just said that, yeah. Shugyo, like has fun work. Oh, Shugyo's hard to translate at this moment. I've also had a beer, a beer or two.
So I mean, like, you guys get the concept of the game.
Yeah, it's like these hearts are coming down this fucking conveyor belt looking thing, and this ninja guy with Cupid wings is stopping these hearts, and then he lets him go walk on his head, and his head's covering for the gaps in the conveyor belt. And as they walk to the new gap, he has to hurry to. This is your avatar. You have to hurry to the gap to make sure they make it to the girl that looks kind of evil. Like, why you want to get with this chick anyway?
I think that evil look is like supposed to be like a happy look.
She's supposed to be like horny or something,
like, or excited. I don't know.
It's funny.
Yeah, I guess like she's bouncing up and down like she's having a good time, like she's giddy or something.
I played this one for like 2 seconds, and not 2 seconds, but like a few minutes, and I was like, I don't know, if this is for me.
Ooh, did you see that there, though? Did you see that there?
Yeah, he had some fucking quick-ass movements just now.
I did. I feel like this game is kind of like, it's like a reflex puzzler, kind of like Katamari. So it's like more like a test of your reflexes.
Yeah, that's true. To be really quick with the fucking controller on this one.
Oh, definitely. Quick on the D-pad for sure.
Quick on the D.
It's like you can let a couple of them break, if it's like in order to save a bigger chain, like it makes sense, and it's not going to like, ruin your chances of doing well on the level. And it's like, that's the thing about the WonderSwan is that it's got these weird exclusives that like, almost like I couldn't see this game living on any other system. Maybe as like a WiiWare thing or like a kind of cheap mini game, but like as like a full-on game, like I couldn't see this like living on any other system.
Yeah, it would have to be like, God, $10 max or something if it came out now.
Like a Nintendo eShop thing or something.
Yeah, like God, like $7 if even that. The kanji in the back is love, by the way.
Oh yeah, so this is the Love Dojo, I guess.
Yeah.
So you guys get the concept. Ninjas, Cupid, love, questionable things with consent. It depends on like how you read it. I think the developer's goal was to be cute though. Now I'm going to show you fucking Dicing Night, which is probably one of the best games to come out on the WonderSwan, period.
So when I looked up the list when I was, acquiring games online, it was always like number one. Do you agree with this?
I would say it's definite. Like as far as WonderSwan exclusives, I would say it's definitely like the best one, and it's definitely like the shining kind of gem of the system. But it's funny because it's like this was like one of the last games. This one and Judgment Silver Sword, the shooter I was playing earlier, were like the last two games to ever be released on like the WonderSwan. And the
really the last two.
Yeah. And like the really interesting thing about this game, about Dicing Night, is that it was actually developed by a doujin circle called Platine Dispositif. As
French?
part of a no. Well, you know how like Japanese people like to incorporate other languages into their like Roman like Romaji titled companies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like lots, like latte sounds like French, and they're big fans of like Europe and stuff like that. But like this game was developed by this doujin company as part of a doujin circle as part of a competition, because WonderSwan put out this development kit to consumers that I think was probably $200 when it's maybe $200 now. It was probably pretty expensive when it came out though, for like a WonderSwan game. But this thing called Wonder Witch that would allow you to code your own games, like build your own WonderSwan.
That was an official release?
It was an official release, which is fucking mind blowing, because it's like
cool.
Other systems have had like stuff like RPG Maker or like Fighter Maker and stuff like that, but this like was straight up like you could, if you knew how to code, you can like develop your own game. And so when that Wonder Witch thing came out, they did a contest, and the contest that they did, this is the one that won the contest. So it's like a procedurally generated dungeon crawler. It's like almost like Link to the Past with like a Dark Souls difficulty. And
it's like they're all difficult. Almost all of them are difficult as fuck.
God, yeah, this game is fucking so hard. But like the cool thing is like after you die on a level, if you want to get more items and stuff, you can regenerate the level. And so generating the level means this level is completely different than it was last time. The only thing that is unique to this level is like the enemies and like the way it looks. And so you've got a shield, you can slash. It's also kind of like a bullet hell game,
It's
so
procedurally generated?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was all generated right there, like with that meter, and then you use the other buttons to like pick up and use items. There's even like special attacks. Like if you hold guard and hit attack, you do a little special attack. If you hold attack and hit guard, you do like a giant special attack, which is good for like bosses and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like there's like the craziest thing about this game is like the amounts of enemies that there are, and you kind of got to like memorize, like each different enemy's like moves to like develop a strategy on how to deal with them. Like these guys shoot this goddamn beam at me, which is annoying.
Is this the most fun WonderSwan game in your opinion?
Most fun, also most frustrating. This meter on the you motherfucker. This meter on the top right is I'm just gonna use this health potion. If you notice these dice that are like hitting the ground anytime I hit somebody or get hit, it's kind of like a D&D type element where like everything's decided by a dice roll. And this item that I just picked up lets me know like how much damage my next couple attacks will do. So that's definitely super useful when planning on like who you want to attack first. Fucking bastard.
So you're playing as this like girl, I assume a girl-looking character that is wielding a shield and a sword, very similar to Link to the Past, but it's all like you enter a room and you just like fight a motherfucker as soon as you enter it, and then you get some dice.
It's like Dark Souls. I mean, like, see, I just hit him. The dice rolled to 2. He took 2 damage. It's like Dark Souls in that, like, if it can see you, it's gonna fuck you up.
Oh, so as soon as you hit him, then the dice comes out and lets you know what your damage is.
Yeah, and then like when I healed myself, a bunch of dice came out to decide how much I'm gonna heal myself.
Oh man, I don't really know. I mean, it looks fun otherwise, but I don't know. Like that's like Secret of Mana. Like you hit him and like a few minutes after, then you know which your damage is.
I figured that like you would not dig that, but if you can get past that. And then the other thing that's kind of annoying is that there's a hunger gauge, and if your hunger gauge goes down, I feel like the game's hard enough. Like, I don't need this hunger gauge tacked on to make it more difficult. It seems arbitrary to me. But if your hunger gauge goes down, then you start to take damage. But your hunger gauge like resets like once you go into like a new door and stuff like that. See, this motherfucker's right near the goddamn entrance to the fucking room.
I mean, I'm just now getting
Suck
over
a dick.
Earthbound's not being able to see your character attack. Like, there's just some things that they do. Like, I like a lot of what goes on with RPGs, but some of the shit that happens is like, oh man, it's just like, why is your gameplay like this?
It's like added difficulty. I mean, it's like trying to make it like one step closer to kind of like D&D, or everything's decided by a dice roll.
Yeah, I get the idea. It's just
fucking dickhead.
I don't know. I mean, it looks fine. It looks pretty fun.
See, she's like a succubus. She's got these fucking like homing bullets. She just fucking killed me. It's like a bullet hell on top of being like Link to the Past.
So, were there like RPGs? I know there's a lot of Square support. So were there ones that were just WonderSwan only that were like really good, or what?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's like a list. Well, like most of the JRPGs I didn't really check out because I can't really read them. But yeah, there's like a lot of SquareSoft stuff. There's like some Enix stuff. There's like a lot of stuff that kind of feels like Shining Force a little bit.
Okay.
But I mean, this game though, I would definitely say is like worth checking out just for the sheer novelty of it. Like as far as like a procedurally generated game.
I mean, it was at the top of every list that you looked up for top WonderSwan games, and I also looked up the list in Japanese as well, and it was like very similar type of thing. Sometimes the lists are totally different, like between the Japanese lists and the American ones, but with WonderSwan, it was more or less the same. I mean, there were some titles that were, like
skeletons
really
fuck off.
They were like really text. They were like really text-heavy games,
son of a bitch.
Or like visual novel type of games because you could hold the thing vertically like a book, kind of. Like there was a game called Terrors or whatever, and people seem to like that one, but I just didn't like. I actually downloaded it and read it, like played it a little bit, but it just I wasn't ready to really get into that one. I wanted to just kind of like have a sampler of the system when I was getting those games,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're like a RPG head, especially if you're like way into like Dark Souls and games like that are just like have punishing difficulty and like a lot of RPG elements, this is definitely one to play. For myself, and then it's like you can get a floor map and kind of like look and see like what's actually going on, and it's cool like one of the items that you can one of the items that you can get is like a drill that allows you to drill through walls.
Nice.
And it's crazy. It's like you really have to be. It's like it sounds kind of funny that like a Link to the Past type game could like remind you of Dark Souls, but you really have to be like on your reflexes and your timing, or like it gets the better of you.
That's what fucking Sekiro felt like when I uploaded this video of me fighting an ogre, and it was like 40 minutes of me fighting one guy.
Yeah,
and I finally figured it out.
That's exactly what Bloodborne is like. You have to figure out their rhythm. Fuck, I didn't mean to use that, but I just used the item that stops time, but it'll make it so I can kill this guy without having to deal with this bullshit. That's what it would mean, but the fucking fucker won't die.
You ready to move to the next one, man?
Sometimes you just get shitty rolls.
Let's move on to the next one.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, experiencing some fucking... My camera might have fucked up.
The next one that I'm going to show you is essentially just... Ah,
shit. My camera fucked up. Hold on. I might have to change cameras, dude.
Okay.
Hold on.
You going to pause the stream and redo it, or?
Nah, I think it can probably work. I just got to use this other camera. I mean, again, everybody listening, watching, we're still trying to figure out the technology behind this. And I was using a Canon 5D, but I don't have a thing yet for it. I don't have an AC adapter for the thing, so I think the batteries just ran out. That's what happened. So what I'm going to do now is look at that, on the fly. Added a new camera, And here we are. It's not as cool as the other one, but here we are.
All right, the next one I'm going to show you is it's called Saga, which is like these were like kind of like the precursors to Final Fantasy almost.
Saga. Yeah.
They played very much like any of the early Final Fantasy games. So like if you've played any of those games, then this like won't seem like that different.
Yeah.
But you can pick from like a bunch of different type of guys to start with.
This is an RPG or what?
Yeah, it plays very similarly to like the early Final Fantasy games. So it's like I'm gonna be this human and I'm gonna name him.
Was this fan translated?
Yeah, this is a really shitty fan translation. I'm gonna name him Lord, just because that's fast. So pretty much like in this game, there's like, oh my god, there's a tower and people are going to the tower to seek fortune and fame and blah 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 blah. And so you got to recruit a team. And I think I want. I'm trying to think of who's like actually fucking strong. Take a goblin. Name him Must, because he smells bad.
Musty.
This Esper. Let's name him Rick. And then
Rick the Esper.
Rick the Esper, and then
this Esper thing is what you call Waseigo, which is Japanese made English, which is somebody that has ESP. That's like psychic abilities.
Yeah. I mean, this it's like pretty straightforward. Like, oh my god, in order to go to the tower, first you need to go meet this person and get some weapons, and like this king is like in love with like this princess, but she's being held captive by bandits, and it's like pretty much like you're hit with like a pretty intense difficulty wall, like right from jump. Like these Newt guys are kind of fucking hard to fight. Like,
you can't see your character either with this one.
Yeah. This is how like the original Final Fantasies were.
Oh, I actually did not know that.
Yeah, like similar like Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, and similar to kind of the old Phantasy Star games, and I think even Lufia is like that. Like a lot of games follow this format. But the cool thing about this game is that you can like after I kill this Newt, if I eat its flesh, I can use it to evolve some of my other dudes.
That's cool.
Enjoyable. But I haven't dug like deep into this one, so all I can really tell you is that it's like a pretty standard RPG, and that if you're into like old SquareSoft games, then and if you can read Japanese especially, then the WonderSwan is the system for you. Newt has died. Lord's team wins. Oh shit! I got Flame.
I wanted to play some of the text heavy ones myself, but I just haven't gotten around to it.
Last time I was playing this, I was not learning any spells, and I was just getting my ass kicked.
I like this sort of like zombie-looking guy. Rotten pumpkin-looking head motherfucker.
Oh, I learned how to be resistant to flame? I want to hit him with a flame.
Rotten acorn head zombie dude. That's what this looks like.
Yeah, I mean, it's like pretty standard RPG fare, and I think most of the ones on WonderSwan, are pretty much going to follow like the Final Fantasy or Shining Force style of game.
Right.
There's one that actually stands out on WonderSwan, which started as a WonderSwan exclusive that I haven't played because it's Japanese language only, and I found an English translation for the Game Boy Advance, but I just haven't delved into it yet because RPGs are big, but it's called Riviera, and that one is highly lauded as a very good WonderSwan game.
Going back to the Turbo CD real quick, kind of a tangent, but it seemed like a lot of the Japanese community really liked Far East of Eden.
Okay, yeah.
Tengai Makyo.
Yeah, I've only played like the fighting game that came out for arcade, but
Kabuki Clash.
Yeah, Kabuki Clash.
Yeah, supposedly it's really good and it has like good like CD like anime cutscenes and stuff like that. But I actually couldn't get that one to work on my on the system that I'm running on, so I don't
It
know.
might be like one of those that like you have to actually get the, especially with TurboGrafx, some of the TurboGrafx CD stuff. It's like you got to actually get the actual disc. Oh
Yeah.
shit! Look, Newt's meat found. Eat. And if I feed it to my goblin, he'll change to a skeleton and lose a bunch of strength. So I don't want that. But if I feed it to my skeleton, it'll turn into an albatross, which is sick.
Whoa. This is cool. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
So it's like
Who
it's like
does that?
some.
Who's talking in the background?
Oh, those are my roommates.
Okay.
But I've got very thin walls. My bad, guys. But I mean, this is like pretty much. This is like what RPGs are. You know, you're just drilling away at these overpowered enemies, trying to grind that difficulty wall down.
Yeah, pretty much. That name right there looks like, I know it says Long Sword, but it looks like Lone Sword, which is Joey's handle on almost all of his shit he's on.
That's funny. Newt's meat. Don't eat it.
You ready to move on to the next one, bro?
Yeah, the next one is I mean, I could just show you guys like what else the WonderSwan can do. I mean, shit. I'll show you this next one, which is a dishonorable mention. This is a game that I do not like, and a lot of people have kind of like issue with this game because it's just fucking hard to control, and there's like seemingly no preparation for how to actually do it. It kind of plays. It's a Nana Onsha game. They did Parappa the Rapper. It plays kind of similarly to like Tomina Center from Konami, and it's a type of game where you have to hit a button combination at the perfect time in order to get past an obstacle. And
Wait, can we get the name again one more time?
Rhyme Rider Karorikan.
Okay.
So this armadillo thing pops up, and if I press the button at the right time, I can kick it. And it makes the song keep going.
It looks like, if you guys remember the Dreamcast game Space Channel 5 or some shit like that.
That's another game that I had extreme difficulty with.
I remember like there was a lot of hype over that game back in the day, and I just never really got into it. But this is like,
But I mean, I've like never been good at like I was never good at Parappa the Rapper either. I feel like if you want to play a good, like Nana Onsha game, I would say play Vib Ribbon or Mojib Ribbon. Those are like some of like the more nuanced games from them, I think. Like Parappa the Rapper and Jammer Lammy, you have to be so like on point with like the timing. And like this one to me feels like Vib Ribbon if it like wasn't done well. But maybe that's just because I'm playing like not on a WonderSwan, and I think this is the game where you need the WonderSwan to be diagonal to really like fully take advantage of like what the game has to offer.
yeah, it's like this Space Channel 5 looking space girl walking down an sort of isometric view downhill the whole time, and you're like jumping over these colorful like Dragon Quest slime looking motherfuckers. And okay, that's telling you too fast, by the way, dude. The katakana there. Yep, too fast.
Yeah. I mean, it's like
Okay, now you're doing better. You have to jump over too fast.
oh yeah, it's like you got to hit it like right when you're like about to die is like when you gotta. It's like a weird timing.
The animation of her what do you call it, a walk cycle,
Yeah.
is really good.
No, yeah,
For what this is.
The animation is pretty impressive. I will give them that. I just like I don't know. I just like have had such a better time playing Vib Ribbon and Mojib Ribbon than playing this game. And Vib Ribbon's dope because you can actually add your own music to it. Like you could put a CDR in your PS1 and like pretty much create a level from the music tracks, which is dope. But yeah,
I actually have not played Vib Ribbon yet.
I'm done with this shit right here. I mean, if you have a WonderSwan and you're a cool guy, maybe like and you think you can do it, like maybe like fuck with it. But if you just like are into the concept and want to see it executed way better, I would say just play Vib Ribbon or Mojib Ribbon. See, like I don't even know like what to do for this like arm flappy motherfucker right here. Like I don't know how to get past him.
Oh, this looks ridiculous. It's
Yeah,
saying
it's-
wrong button, by the way. That's what that is.
Okay, well then what's the right button?
I don't know. It's not telling me that.
Is that also saying? Oh, is that too fast?
Hold on a second.
Oh, okay. No, those don't even work. Those don't even do anything.
Wrong button, and then wrong button,
Wrong
and
button
wrong
again.
button again.
See, this is where I stopped last time, and this is where I'm
Wrong
gonna
button.
stop this time. Fucking, I'm done with it.
Let's get the name of that one more time.
Rhyme Rider Kerorican.
Okay.
And then I guess I could just show like some of the other games honorable mentions that are available on other systems. Devil Dice and Mr. Driller are both available on other systems, but the cool thing about playing them on a WonderSwan emulator is that it's like kind of like a smaller file, so it doesn't like it like runs really fast, which is like pretty cool. Like it like doesn't. I don't think that you're like losing like any frame rate shit or anything. So Devil Dice is the puzzle game where you're like matching up all the dice.
Oh yeah.
And
I know it well.
It's like kind of cool that like this works in like a 32-bit system, and it like works very well actually.
But
So it's
WonderSwan's not 32-bit though, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know exactly what the bit on it is, but I know that it's like similar to like the Game Boy Advance. Like the Game Boy Advance is like, is it? It seems like it's 32-bit.
No. It's not 32. If it was 32, that'd be like PlayStation-looking graphics. This is like a well-done 16-bit. It's on.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like a really
So it's
well-animated
it's
Super
like-
Nintendo.
It's like 16-bit pushed to its limit.
16-bit plus, yeah, basically is what you could call it.
Okay, so like 16-bit, but with like better computing power.
If it was 32-bit, you'd be seeing like Battle Arena Toshinden type of shit on WonderSwan, which is not happening.
Okay. So you're saying that like the shitty 3D on PS1 is 32-bit 3D.
Yes, 32-bit.
And like the reason that N64 was so dope is because it was 64-bit graphics for the first time.
It was 64-bit on a cartridge, so it had some. It couldn't do music as good as, for example.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, like you get the point. It works well for being on like such like a tiny file, which is cool. It's cool seeing this game put into 16-bit when it's normally rendered in 3D.
Yeah.
And it also functions very well. The other honorable mention. The other honorable mention is Mr. Driller. And Mr. Driller, I'll take it any fucking way I can get it. I love the game. Like put it on fucking like I had it on my cell phone, before, and like I had a blast. Like if they fucking made, like if they made this somehow in like an LCD game, I would still play the shit about it. I mean, I would still play the shit out of it. It like plays the same as all the other ones, there's nothing new here, but it's just like Mr. Driller on WonderSwan. Like I'm having this on my Game Boy Advance would have been really sick. So like it's cool that it's like, you can put it in your pocket.
So what's the point of this game again?
To not get crushed, to get to the bottom and not get crushed, but also, you don't want to suffocate, so you need air.
Oh shit! I actually have never played Mr. Driller.
Check it out, man. It's if you're looking for like a weird puzzler game, I always like would see it at the movie theater arcade and be like, "What the fuck is this?" And
Man, what movie theater arcade were you going to? I've never saw that there.
Well, the one at the mall, like they had this, they had House of the Dead, and they had like Time Crisis, and those were or Maximum Carnage. Those were like the only Namco games they really had.
Yeah.
And it's like this just always had super bright colors, bright music, and like no one was ever fucking with it. And so like I just like downloaded it as a ROM on a whim one day because the bright colors made me want to find out more. And what I discovered was one of the most charming puzzle games I think I've ever played. And also, he is the son of Dig Dug.
Oh shit! So does it matter what color you break?
No, it's just like the color, whatever color is attached to, it's going to break all that too. So you're really just kind of like, trying to find out, or you're pretty much just trying to find a way to get to the bottom without getting crushed.
Okay.
And so it's like if you see like a big block of like yellow and you hit that, it's like all that yellow is going to go away. But if you hit like a block where there's like one tiny block of yellow above it, that one tiny block, unless it, connects to another block, will keep falling. And that's when it can crush you.
All right.
And then the, kind of chocolate bricks, like you can't drill through them without losing air, and so you want to try to find ways. That's like pretty much what the challenge becomes, is trying to find ways to like get to the air without crushing yourself or losing air. Like,
I can totally hear that other conversation in the back.
yeah, my bad about that.
It's all right. Oh my God, what's going on back there?
No, my roommate's girlfriend is a substitute teacher, and she's talking about a sketchy situation at her job.
Oh, okay.
The kids, they're always in danger.
Is this the last one on the list?
Yeah, this is the last one on the list. We can close it out. We can just close it out with me playing Mr. Driller.
Well, shit, I'm going to play the closeout song then. Here we go.
Look,
all right.
No hands.
All right, everybody, this has been Andrew from SuperHouse. You've been watching us on the live stream and been listening to us on the podcast, whichever way you've been doing that. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're on fucking everywhere imaginable these days. We're, search for us anywhere. I'm losing my fucking train of thought. But anyway, yeah, Patreon is the big one if you want to donate at least $1 a month. We have some tiers there you can check out. And for plugs for the future, we will be going over Us later this week, the movie that's everybody's fucking talking about. We're going to be doing that tomorrow, and that's going to release shortly after that on the podcast as well. And then shortly after that, maybe even this week, we will be going over what Zack Snyder said about Batman with senior Batman correspondent Ben Wan. And then we will go over Sekiro at some point in another episode. So, yeah, there's a lot of shit going on. You got anything to plug, Jared?
Nothing much to plug now, unless you happen to find yourself at WonderCon in Anaheim at the end of this month.
That's this weekend, right?
You know what? Fuck, it is this weekend. If you're at WonderCon this weekend and you find the Vicious Kill booth, there are some Devilman shirts that are for sale that were designed by yours truly. So if you're trying to get your violence on, just happen to be a big Go Nagai fan, check it out.
Are you going to be there?
No.
Okay, I want to be there, but I forgot to get tickets, like I always do. And if anybody wants to get me in there, please slip into my DMs.
You know where to find me.
I guess that's it. Anyway, we will check you later.
Deuces.
Fade in this music a little more.
Yeah, man, like this shit like makes me wish that I had a WonderSwan. But also, I am not about to be like paying like multiple hundreds of dollars for one single game.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing that